TV4. More local morning news continues.
All right, just in time for spring break, the most expensive theme park at Walt Disney World just got a little pricier. A single-day ticket to the Magic Kingdom will now cost you, Cam's looking at me, $93 a day. Yes. Adults, $99, so $100. A Walt Disney World spokesperson says that the pricing reflects the high-quality experience that you get at the parks there. $100. If you're still planning that trip to Florida, well, you might want to use those frequent flyer miles. Maybe you can get there free. Get the most out of your vacation by getting some travel tips from a travel expert and a blogger. He is called the Points Guy. I know him as Brian Kelly. Good morning. Thank you. Welcome to Hawaii.
Thanks for having me.
We are so glad to have you here. My first question to you was, every time I'm on a flight, they say if you sign up for our credit card, you could earn a free flight. Should you sign up for all of those cards?
Absolutely. You know, some of the cards are really, really lucrative. I know Hawaiian Airlines just launched a new MasterCard that gives you 35,000 miles after spending just $1,000. So that's actually enough for a free flight to the mainland. So if you want to go to the 9th Island, Las Vegas, which is a huge popular destination, you get it for $5 in taxes round trip. So some of those offers are amazing, some not so much. You really have to read through and make sure that the airline goes where you want to go.
One of the things when you're looking at these programs, it's all the restrictions. You can't fly during this time. You can fly during this time. You only can take these flights. How do you get around that? Can you get around that?
Absolutely. You know, you really want to partner up with an airline that gives you different options, you know, redeeming for gift cards or even transferring to hotel partners. So you want to have a lot of different options when it comes time to redeem. It can be a little bit tricky to get those saver level tickets, but you know, if you have a little bit of flexibility in your plans, absolutely you can get huge value out of frequent flyer miles. You know, I just traveled to Australia in first class for about $100 in taxes and fees. So
there you go.
It can be done.
I know you travel a lot, but for some folks who might not travel a lot or are saving the points for a special vacation, maybe to go to Florida because it's going to cost you so much to go to one of those theme parks, you might lose some of those points if you continue to save them, though, because they're only valid for a certain amount of time. How do you get around that?
Well, right. So if frequent flyer miles normally will expire generally like 18 months or so with no activity. But if you've got an airline credit card, every month you're making purchases, those deposit into your account will reset the activity clock. So simply using your card for everyday purchases is a great way to rack up your miles and keep them active. So think about every dollar you spend, don't use cash. Instead, earn valuable miles so that when you go to Disney World, you can afford those, you know, now increased tickets, you know, to the theme parks.
What are other ways that you can get more points besides using a credit card instead of cash every single day?
These days, there are so many different ways to get points. You know, team up with a frequent flyer program that, you know, I was just looking at Hawaiian Airlines has partners that are storage facilities, you know, hotels, rental cars. So as long as you're being savvy about it and looking at your frequent flyer program and seeing who they partner up with, there are so many different ways to earn. So
are all these on the web or on their site?
They're all on their website. My website is thepointsguy.com. I've got all the top deals out there. So it's really just about taking a minute and looking in, and there's a lot more opportunities than people realize.
Okay, so if you use your credit card, I know a lot of people say don't. If my mom heard me say that.
As long as you pay it off. If you're paying it off every month, you're avoiding the interest and you're accruing these valuable miles. You know, if you're not accruing the miles, it's like throwing money away.
Brian, give us a couple of tips. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you here in Hawaii.